So if the employer hasn't paid the super amount after 28 days, they will then get issued a notice by the Commissioner. Once the notice is received, they then have a further 28 days in which to pay, or they are potentially on the hook for a penalty. So the proposal is that from the 1st of July 2026, employers will be required to pay their employees superannuation at the same time as they pay their salary and wages. This came off the back of study done by the ATO that estimated $3.6 billion worth of super went unpaid in 2020 to 2021, which is massive. So let's look at what the details are. The draft legislation that's been released is a lot broader than just this payday super proposal. So you can see on the slide there, that's one part of it, but there's also some regulation around advertising of certain super products during onboarding and other onboarding related reforms. But we're going to just focus on the payday super element of that. I think it is related to the stapled funds, but let me take it on notice.
One of the interesting things I've been seeing in the technology area is a lot of technology partners in the HR space are actually making agreements with other super providers to refer inside their products, like recommended, post plus, all the rest. A conflict, 100%, but it's interesting how.
Well, that sounds like
that sounds like
reason for that.
Yeah. I know one of the bigger players kept pushing one provider in particular, and they dug deeper, and there was partnership agreement between them.
In terms of the payday super proposal, the change would require payment on the same day as salary and wages, but they have to have been received into the employee's super account within 7 days of payday. So this is a big change from what the law is currently, which requires that they're received quarterly. And there's also a system of penalties that are being proposed in this regime. So the penalties, I think we will come to on the next slide. They are linked to timing. So if the employer hasn't paid the super amount after 28 days, they will then get issued a notice by the Commissioner. Once the notice is received, they then have a further 28 days in which to pay, or they are potentially on the hook for a penalty. So the penalty amount is the unpaid super amount plus 25% interest on that. If the employer has had a late penalty in the previous 24 months, that penalty, that kind of percentage on top will increase to 50%. So